Hello everybody, welcome to this webinar on how to get more flow in your life, which is taken from Get the Universe Working For You workshop, upcoming workshop. So let's see how much flow that we can create on this video. Flow. Now, you all know when you don't have that flow. Have you ever had that day where you go, my day could not have gone more wrong? You might have got a parking ticket. You know, it's like that, if 5 minutes over you get a parking ticket. The boss has yelled at you. Your boyfriend or girlfriend yell at you, or you have these problems that don't normally arise. Just things break. You fall, have accidents, you know, car accident. Just all those things, and you go, could it have not gone more wrong? Well, that is the opposite of having flow. And have you had the times where you go, I feel like it's parting of the Red Sea, like I'm Moses as I'm driving down the freeway and the cars divide and they let me go by and there's green lights and you just flow and you feel happy? Well, that's your flow. Or you have a day where you go, I said all the right things, I got the right park, they were super nice to me, you know, everything lined up. That's flow. Well, how do you get the flow and avoid all the blocks? How does that happen? Well, I'm going to give you some details, some methods, some secrets of how to get all that, right? I've got some thumbs up saying the video is flowing. That's nice. All right, now there's a question that you might want to ask yourself, because when you have the blocks, you have to know, well, is that a sign that I don't go down that path? Or what does that all mean? What is it telling me? That is the first part of knowing, you know, understanding why you don't get flow and what you do when you do get flow. And to do that, you need to, first of all, create the most still environment as you can. Because if you've got chaos, if you've got noise and drama, how can you possibly decipher what it all means? You need to go to a still place. This whole process of getting flow, because when you get it and you have it, which is blessed now, I feel like I have that flow so that I see an obvious block. It's very easy for me to work that one out now, whereas prior my life was full of blocks and full of obstacles, and so I couldn't make heads or tails of anything really. I wasn't even thinking about, well, actually I probably did think. I was thinking, but I couldn't really, there was too much negativity probably for me to just nail it on the head, you know. There was lots of negativity, and it was hard if you've got negative people around you and all that kind of thing. So that's the first step. You need the stillness, because it's in the stillness your body will talk to you, and then you'll be able to use your detective skills and work it out. And that's my favorite thing to do. And yeah, work it out. So let's have a look. All right, so if you think about this, if you want, you're driving, you set your GPS to go to a certain direction, you want to go to, you know, a beautiful island somewhere, you've got your GPS geared up, and it's going to tell you which way to go. It's saying, okay, go straight, take the freeway, do this, and then it just guides you. But if you go off track and you go the opposite direction, it will start to annoy you. It'll start to say, you know, turn around, and it starts to get, you know, angry because you're not doing what you should be doing, what you told it you wanted. Well, that's a bit similar to why you get your blocks and stuff. It's sort of saying, warning, warning, Will Robinson, you know, you've gone off direction. That's what a block is. But a block can also be a block inside you. a block that needs to be released because there's okay, so I'll give you 3 types of obstacles and blocks. One is to tell you to go in a different direction. That's number 1. 2, you need real healing. You need to go in and heal something in your body. And I'll talk about that. So that's the other thing. And 2, it's to evolve you. It's pushing you to evolve, like something is there to make you expand yourself. So there's those 3 main reasons that you don't have flow. And when you do have flow, there's your little tick. I'm on track. I'm on track. Why do I know all this stuff? Why am I able to work this out? Well, because I like people, and I like to look at them, and I look at the people that have the flow, I look at the people that don't, and I see all these consistencies. And I'm also founder of Forensic Healing, so I read the energy field, and I go, oh, well, your block, well, is for these reasons. And I can do that because I've had to do it for myself. And so when you do it for a living, like become a detective for a living, then it's second nature. But it is a life skill for you to be able to read nature, read energy, read the universal laws. I know what they're saying. So I'll just tell you, okay, so let's look at it like this. I'll tell you a story about when I joined the Mormon Church. So I joined the Mormon Church at age 26. I was living in Italy. I had 3 years prior, got on my knees, or 2 years prior, I don't know how long prior, but I was in the UK. I was on my knees begging. I was reading a book at 23, Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking, because I was desperate for something. And I remember him saying, pray for Jesus to come to you. And at that, back then, I was religious. So I was praying like, Jesus, come to me. Jesus, like just yearning. I was like dying inside because I was such a basket case. I'm dying inside. So it wasn't until, so when I was about age 8 or something, I had this very spiritual experience. And that always was sitting in the back of my mind, searching for that like amazing experience. So when I was in Italy, the Mormons jumped on the wrong bus and they started talking to me. And then they just said, oh, call me, you never know. Call us and we can tell you more about what we do. And the guy was Australian that I spoke to, and I had a little voice saying, call them, you never know. So I long story short, it was bringing back these memories of, oh yeah, well, there's my answer. I'm getting my answer. Jesus is coming to me. This is the feeling I've been looking for. And for me at that time, that was my flow. And so I did. I joined. And it was amazing. So I had this strong conviction. But then, just because it was right back then, it wasn't right for the entire time. So then after about, it was about like I got married and twice to a Mormon, and then the second marriage was just going all wrong. It was just going downhill fast. Being in the Mormon church, they were like accusing us of stuff. It was negative. It was shocking. And what that process, and I'm thinking, I've got to go to church. I've got to go. It's like the refiner's fire, and they teach you the obstacles are good for you, and this is what you just got to do. And so that was my mindset, and fortunately I had started healing at that point. I was doing workshops, and I had emotions were taken out of me like guilt. One girl said, you know what, I've just taken guilt from your energy. And it kind of changed my whole thinking. And then I started to think, because I pledged to God that I would be a member of the Mormon church forever. But it was getting so bad, and I was determined to stay in it, but it was awful. And of course I was like brainwashed and stuck in it, and also I made a commitment. So long story short, I'm out. I decided to leave. Finally I decided to leave. And it's always hindsight, and I look at the hindsight and I go, well, the universe was telling me to get out, and it had to be really bad for me to get out, for actually me to physically feel I'd had enough. And because I was so energetically committed. So even though you may have thought it seemed right at one point, it's not always right the whole time. Things change. And that's what I've seen with, this is how okay, so let's now look at how we find the flow. How do we find flow? First of all, you need your stillness, because if you don't have any stillness, you can't see, you can't peer through. There's no contrast. So you get some flow first. And then when you look at anything, I'm looking at anything that never works out. If I go to the shop and the shop assistant isn't nice, if I happen to come across or see something, or there's fighting, or there's chaos on the street, anything that's not in the flow, I start looking and going, what's in my energy field? You know, why did I create that? And then I go in and I go, who have I been around, or what do I still need to do to change? So I'm always thinking, and I'm always changing. No one changes more than me. I'm just always thinking, I've got to change if it's not flowing. And therefore, that is why I have got a huge amount of flow. So much flow that it excites me. I just go, oh my God. And I appreciate the flow beyond measure, having come from somewhere else. So I'm going to show you, give you a little demonstration. I've got this here. This is a tea filter. Now that's you, okay? Now, if you're sensitive, or you feel energy, more so than others. Okay, I was just interrupted there. All right, so hopefully I'm back on. You're all good? Thumbs up? I need a thumbs up. Let me just check. Okay, so great. Thank you. Here are you. This is you. You're the tea strainer. This is your vessel. So I was saying, if you're sensitive, you are more porous than others. Most people are sensitive, but they have become desensitized. They have become disconnected. But if you have done a healing journey, if you've decided to find and reach deep into your soul and become you, you become like this. So there's the little holes in it. So everything around you is entering. So you've got a great environment around you. Anything around you is going in you. So this is a pure environment. So let's say this water is people around you, where you live, everything. So that goes straight through you. And you don't pick up anything negative. It's all just pure. Okay? That's a good environment. That's people. That's everything. That's things you read, what you watch. Now, if you're around obstacles, you're people with toxic environment, toxic people, toxic things in the media, anything. You're looking at toxic stuff, your home's toxic. This is the toxicity. Well, that will just enter you. It goes like this, enter. And then you become that toxicity. It's all come in here. You're all got that gunk in you. Yeah? And then you take that energy with you, and then you go and create the blocks. The reason why I left my ex was exactly that. I didn't realize how bad he was affecting my energy. And the reason why I understood that was because he was sitting next to me when we went to Europe 24/7. The plane, the hotel, the preparation for the courses, 24/7. And he doesn't travel well at all. He didn't like driving on the opposite side of the road. And we were going to beautiful places. We would look on TripAdvisor to get a really good restaurant to eat at. Always looking for that best experience, because it was a one-off. And even though we went to that trouble, the restaurant was bad. The places were bad. We couldn't find them. I got sick so many times, and I don't get sick like conjunctivitis. I'm crying all night from the pain. I burn myself, accidents, so much. It was in fact torture. I felt like I had to take this out of my energy field, but my trip was like torture. It was like for a month or 2 months, I can't even remember. And so what I realized was I was bringing in he's so close to me, and his negativity and all of this, and angry, and he blames me a lot. So his blame on me go into my energy field, and it just manifested so clearly. And that's when I said enough is enough. That was what woke me up, and I needed probably that to actually do something, because it pained me enough. So that's when I knew I had to leave, and I did. And then it was, you know, my journey has just got better and better and better, because I keep cleaning up, and I keep getting more flow. So let me have a look at my notes. Yeah, so then you might go, all right, well, I'm getting blocks, but is that to tell me to go into another direction, or do I have to keep persevering? Well, that is something that I often see when there are blocks. The signs are telling you left, right, and center. When there's a block, you use your intelligence and add that up that way. I always put my mind and my body and soul all together, and I add that all up. I go, well, is it a good thing? Is it makes sense? And does it feel as what I'm thinking? But if that's all out of whack, it's normally wrong. Sometimes people can be feeling something, but logically it doesn't make sense. It usually has to make sense. When I started to create forensic healing, that had lots of blocks in it. And I almost didn't start the whole process. I remember we had this fight, and we almost didn't commence forensic healing. But there was something inside me that just says, yeah, I had to do it. And when you start being true to yourself, it becomes natural to be true to yourself. Being true to yourself is following those feelings. And so if you follow your feelings, it's going to tell you and show you the direction to your peace. And that's another skill. How many times do you really show who you are? How many times do you follow those feelings? How true are you to yourself? Because your natural self is flow. Your natural self is beauty and love. And so when that all is shown, and when you're super connected, when you get connected, you will always be kind, because you recognize we are all one. And that is why I'm always saying oneness is, I'm porous and you're porous. We're like that little filter thing. We are giving and taking each other's energy. And what's in my energy field, if I'm following it, and if I've nurtured it and I've kept it nice and good thoughts and good energy, I should be getting that back, shouldn't I? So I do. I nurture my energy. I uplift myself. I do as much as I can till I bring in the best energy. And therefore, I should get that back. That's how I look at it. And that's why there's been this change and progression, because I wasn't always like that. Because my history is one of abuse, one of hatred towards my dad. It was chronic pain. So therefore, having that in my energy field wasn't, didn't create flow. So, and you're welcome. So flow is, it's about, okay, so I just want you to now, you think about the times where it did flow. And if you analyze that, you go, when did it flow? Normally when you get your energy right, normally when you've done like a meditation and a healing, and you've connected with great people, you've been, hung out with people that are great. That's the group that you're probably watching this in now, the Forensic Healing Facebook group. That's got lots of flow in it. And that's been an evolution of flow. And those that have been in it since 2012 or 13 would have seen the difference in flow. Yeah, full of flow. That's great, Vicky. So you'll see how things progress, and you'll see how you look at your life in the past and see, is it changing, is it flowing? And if it is not flowing and it just gets blocked and more blocked, you're not listening to the universe. The universe is telling you something very clearly. And that's why the blocks show up, that says, and if they get worse, they say, are you not listening to me? You set the GPS for peace, you set the GPS for abundance and happiness, but you're not listening to me. So it's like, it goes like, you're going the wrong way. So what do I have to do? Throw tomatoes at you. All right. So it's about having to work it all out. Again, when you clean your energy field up, which I've had times where I had a situation 3.5 years ago where my energy was peeling back layers, and I had lost. Someone else had a fragment of mine, a huge fragment, and they also had a love curse on me, not a spell, not only a spell, but a curse. I won't go into any details, but I tell you what, not a pretty curse. And I'm like, I didn't know the answers because it was inside me, and it was like a part of me had to come back. And so what I did was, because I was desperado, you talking about desperate, I was dying. And it was dying, my soul was dying because someone else had disconnected from me, and they had part of me. And so what I was doing is fasting, I was reading, I was like, punching pillows. I'm like, universe, what are you doing to me? I can't believe I feel like this. Every second of my day is torture. And it went on for 3 months. And then I got the answer. I was trying to get help elsewhere, but the answer came to me. I had to pull back a fragment. And it was kind of weird because this guy that had this fragment, I put him on the massage, on the healing table. I said, you've got to get back a fragment. You need a fragment brought back to you. It was actually, I needed my fragment from him. It was really crazy shit going down. He felt the crazy shit going down on his end. And then I took off a love curse a year later because it was my heart felt like I had an elastic band pulling it. And again, the answers will come if you seek. And that's the beauty, I guess, of forensic healing, and it gives you the answers pretty fast and quick. But you need to really want to know this stuff. You need to really get that everything is based on energy, and stop brushing aside stuff and just go, just ignore them, or don't look into stuff, don't make sense of stuff. A lot of people just ignore things, and when you ignore it, it just goes under the carpet and breeds more of the same. All right, so flow. I'm loving the flow that I'm getting at the moment. I'm loving it. I see it, and it makes me happy because it invites beautiful people in my energy field, and I love beautiful people. I love that feeling of beautiful people. It makes me just happy. So my GPS is set for peace. It's set for just happiness. And I won't compromise that, even if I have to put aside everything. Everything's on the back burner. Money, numbers, whatever, even if I want, it's not necessarily what I think that I want. It's just, I just have to follow the peace. And then it all comes, and I put that first and foremost. So when you set your GPS for your peace and the happiness, and you follow it, you'll start showing, the flow will tell you on track. And when you get the blocks and obstacles, it's telling you that something has to change. Something needs to be healed, something needs to change, someone needs to be removed from your energy field. You need to get back on a different direction. You need to take something out. Something needs to change. That's really what a block is. There's no such thing as an accident. Never. Anyone that says, I had an accident, I can always trace it to an energy. I am the same. Any accident that I've ever had, it's been traced to an energy. Well, you love the flow. When you have the flow, everything else follows. It does. So, but it doesn't always flow, because the universe might go, you know what? You need to be more. You want more? You want everything. It's going to tell you, change. And then you might go, you might be going, everything was going well, and then I got this block. Well, that's because you can have more. You can have it all. I want it all. I want to transform my energy so that I am creating exactly the same back. I'm changing the planet with my energy for humanity. Yeah, for humanity, and kindness and love and that this has a formula. It is basically the universal laws. Whatever you are, you bring back to you. It's a universal law. A lot of people aren't up with this kind of law on the universe and energy and how it works. A lot of people might go, I'm not too sure about how that all works. Well, just think of it like this. You think of a positive, really kind person, they usually get that same back. And then you think of a really negative, angry, dark person, they will be in a world of the negativity and darkness. That's the basics of universal law. So when you kind of see it like that, you kind of go, that's an energy. I have a feeling about both of those people. All right. So let's get our energy nice and cleaned up. Take a nice deep breath in and breathing out. Just allow every part of your body, every cell of your being be purified and cleansed and feeling free. And I'm going to give you something that's really powerful but simple to do. When you take a breath in, breathe in gratitude. Just look around you. I'm grateful for that sun. I'm grateful that I'm sitting here at this desk. I'm grateful that I have beautiful people around me. I'm grateful that there's grass out there. I'm grateful that I'm living in a free country. I'm grateful that I can eat breakfast. I'm grateful I have glasses and clothes, and I breathe in all the gratitude. And then when I breathe out love. So it turns into love, so that the air that I breathe out on the planet is with love. And that someone else will breathe in that air, and it will be air of love. And if I continue breathing gratitude for what I have and then breathe out love and appreciation, then I'm energetically shifting and changing, and I'm making a better impact. And if everybody started to do that, breathe in appreciation, breathe out love, we will be breathing in this amazing energy. Will be transforming the planet. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of and supporting me, and being part of helping ourselves heal, helping others heal, helping love come into our hearts. And a lot of you I'll see at Get the Universe Working For You workshop, all around in each state, in fact. And if you want to touch base, you're welcome to come to forensichealing.com. hang out in our Facebook group, Forensic Healing Group, and connect. And I'm going to send you blessings and love always. Thank you.